Okay, that's understandable. Sometimes I smell bad. I understand.
No, school vacation. So our 4-year-old boy is home this week. We don't have daycare for him, so we split time, and it's daddy time today. So
Well,
rather than drag the boy down, I decided to just do a call-in.
$5 an hour, Uncle Shawn would have taken care of him for you. That's, of course, not including food. That's a different bill.
Right. And then
So,
thousands of dollars of medical payments on top of that. So
as far as talking about bills, a lot of people trying to catch up to themselves while we have a tax return. We call it free money, although we earned it through the year. We pay off a lot of our debt to try to feel even and on top of things. Do you feel as if people tend to want to improve what they have for coverage when they have a pocket full of money? They come running to you this time of year, or you don't see much difference when it comes tax time for insurance?
for tax time, what we actually see is there's a good, fairly large group of people out there that have payment plans, installment plans, which most people have. And during tax season, a lot of times we'll see people pay ahead or pay off their insurance. So it's kind of a set it and forget it attitude. And then we also see a lot of folks looking at new cars.
Well, for some reason, we, through our insurance, had to have a side thing just for my wife's ring. It wasn't covered under our homeowners renters insurance policy, so we had to do that separately. If I buy my wife more gifts, maybe I bought her a nice necklace. I say maybe but I didn't. A nice
And there's
necklace
the surprise, honey.
for Valentine's Day. But do I need to make sure that I come to you and make sure that that's covered? Do I have to wait a particular time, or do I, when I buy a gift, I just call you and say, hey, this is on there now, or I would like it to be on there, and you tell me what direction to go from there?
So you're hitting on something we talked about last week, which is scheduling specific types of personal property. And at that point, if it's an item that you think is of a higher value, or you're concerned about certain types of loss that may or may not be covered, you'd want to call and have it specifically listed. Absolutely.
Let's say I have a $5,000 ring. Well, what am I getting charged a year in the ballpark if we're just covering the ring, or does it roll into a whole giant equation?
It doesn't actually. It is a specific. So if you're talking about a $5,000 ring, you might be paying $10 a year.
Okay, so that's definitely
maybe even less,
worth the peace of mind. As far as if for some reason you sell the ring or you gift it, if I still want to insure it and I gift it to like my daughter, maybe my wife passes away, is that something that would be covered under my insurance still if I've gifted it to my daughter, or does she need to now, if she's over 21, put it on her insurance?
Yeah, and that's the case. So, by definition, your daughter would be considered an insured under your policy, but only while living with you. So once she becomes independent, moves out on her own, has her own insurance, now it becomes an insurability. So you always need to think about, you can't insure a car that's owned by somebody else, so you can't insure property that's owned by somebody else. So at that point, gifted to her, she would need to put it on her own policy.
Okay. Good policies with Mike Barrett about 10 till 8 every hump day. He stops down or gives us a call and we discuss things. This time of year, it's important to make sure that you are covered going into a new year with taxes, whether or not you've had some deaths or births. Make sure that you keep up with your insurance policy. Always be your own advocate, as Mike Barrett says. Barrett Insurance Agency, you can contact him by calling.
Yeah, 748-5224. You can also visit our website, thebarrettagency.com, Google, Facebook, and YouTube, all Barrett Insurance Agency.
Well, brother, nice to talk to you. Look forward to having you back in the studio for personal one-on-one harassment next Wednesday.
It's on my list.
Bye.
See ya.